Do you believe we should/can speak in tongues? We all, that's the word.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Do you believe we all should/can speak in tongues, even though it's the least of all the gifts and we don't receive the same gifts?
Okay. So great question. I'm going to break it apart in a couple of different answers, right? So one, there's can. So what we do know is that Paul said, I wish all of you would speak in tongues. Okay. So the can that answers both. Okay. One is, yes, I do believe that there is some gift of that supernatural. I want to quit using the word transcendent because I don't think that does it justice. That supernatural, presential, the presence of God's speech in our lives that is available. Now, that being said, I personally believe that the work is sovereign. So in the same way that I might pray for healing and never receive it based on God's greater sovereign plan for me, I would say that perhaps tongue speech would be in that, okay? Now then, secondly, it being a lesser gift, I would flatten that out a little bit. I think there's only two tiers of gifts, okay? There is
Christmas gifts.
Yeah, Christmas gifts.
You can't pause enough for me to have like the comedic timing
like
present
Christmas
itself.
gifts,
Like
birthday
I
gifts.
have to say something.
Anniversary gifts?
I don't know. I remember I'm bad with gifts.
Oh, you don't like gifts.
gifts.
Miles hates receiving gifts, so no one give him any.
If you really
But this idea that I think they're all sort of equal and then love trumps all of them. I think that's what Paul says. I think that idea of 1 Corinthians 12, 13, and 14. Now, what he talks about is not the value of a gift, but he talks about the efficiency of it, the utility of it. And a lot of times people confuse the value of a gift, prophecy is greater than tongues, with the utility of a gift. And if you think about it, it's just sheer practicals, right? So if I speak in tongues, my spirit's edified, but none of you know what's going on. But if I speak openly in a manifestation gift of tongues, and you interpret that tongue, now everybody gets edified. It is not inherently more value; it's practically more valuable, just by so it's more of a utility value.
That's good. I haven't thought of it, that being described that way. So, what I think is great about that answer to that, especially the first question, is that many folks in this tradition can feel, if they've not received the gift, right, of speaking in tongues, they can feel kind of left out or kind of like black sheep, overlooked. Being in youth ministry for so long, I've been at, youth camps, youth retreats. Some do, some speak in tongues, and there's this kind of this, joy, like, hey, oh my gosh, that's so great. I've received my prayer language, that kind of stuff. And others are like, I desperately want it, but I didn't get it. Yeah. And so, maybe just kind of unpacking that a little bit, because I think your answer does speak to it.
And I think the issue from that doesn't come from the actual gift of tongues and the quality of anybody's. It's just we're bad with it. So that's a human problem. We're the ones who elevated tongues in such a way that would make someone else feel like they were lesser than for not experiencing that particular experience. It's a biblical experience. It's experience I endorse, I validate, I both believe it in my own experience and theologically. So make no mistakes about it. At the same time, if at any point I feel like I'm just a plain old, I'm a better Christian than you, and you haven't received your prayer language yet, you don't speak in tongues, you're missing out. That's not in the Bible. That's me imposing that on them. And I think that's more of an us problem than a them problem. And really it's a misappropriation of Paul saying, I wish, I speak in tongues more than all of you. The point he was making is like, you guys think you're so spiritual. I'm way more spiritual than you, but look how humble I am. Because he's Paul.
And we canonized it, so.
We can, we all said, no, you're super humble. Way to go.